Hi Acadiana, I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. This is Acadiana weather today on this October the 1st. We're starting a new month. We've got clear skies across Acadiana. Unfortunately, weather is still going to feel a bit summer-like as we go through the remainder of this week. Looking at the sky cam, we've got fair skies here in Lafayette, but have had some reports of some patchy ground fog here and there. And as we look at our traffic cams, a little bit of ground fog again, but for the most part, the roadways are clear and dry, so you shouldn't have any issues on the roadways weather-wise this time this morning, except for that little bit of patchy fog. Meanwhile, as the kids are heading back to class today, temperatures will hover in the upper 60s and low 70s at the bus stop this morning, but everybody should be in the mid to upper 80s later this afternoon, and a few locations could be touching the 90-degree mark. As far as our current conditions, it's fairly calm out here, 60s for the inland parishes, and then upper 60s and lower 70s along and south of I-10. Most of the rains have stayed off to the east, where we've got a bit of a trough in the upper levels, a bit of a boundary that stretches out across the Gulf of Mexico with some showers and thunderstorms over the southern Gulf. Meanwhile, a ridge of high pressure is in place here at home at the surface and in the upper levels. There is a bit of a weak front that's going to be passing through and kind of dissipating as it goes by, so we won't really notice much of a difference and more than an offshore flow, but another front a little bit farther down the road will bring some more significant changes, I think, going into next week, but it will also tend to pull some tropical moisture up from the south. But that trough again is going to be pushing to the east, and more of an upper level ridge will kind of settle in here for the next couple of days. So not a lot of cloud cover expected. I think mostly sunny skies is going to be the rule for the afternoon, with a few clouds starting to mix in late in the day. As far as any showers, I think anything that does develop should stay in the offshore waters. And speaking of the offshore, things are going to be pretty quiet out there. Light and variable winds eventually shifting more northerly at 5 to 10 knots and seas running about 1 to 2 feet. Again, a bit of a boundary that kind of stretches across South Florida and down toward the Yucatan, generating some showers and thunderstorms. Not anything tropical in nature there, but we do have a tropical wave over the southwestern Caribbean paired with an upper low that's kind of spinning there over Jamaica. A combination of the two of those could generate something over the southwestern Gulf that may start to push in to portions of the rather southwestern part of the Caribbean Sea, which then could possibly push into the Gulf of Mexico a little bit later on. Models are still indicating perhaps some development there, but at this point it looks like right now we're going to expect some additional moisture coming in for the weekend. At the same time, we have Joyce that is now fizzled out, and then out over the middle part of the Atlantic we have Tropical Storm Kirk, which is forecast to be a hurricane and eventually a major hurricane, and as of now it's expected to stay out over the open waters of the Atlantic. But there's that other area that's being watched over the western part of the Caribbean and perhaps in the southern Gulf. No development over the next 2 to 3 days, but we might have some action in here a little bit later this week or perhaps going into the weekend. I really think the next name storm, though, is probably going to occur off the African coast with that wave that's moving on in. So we'll have to watch to see if that one gets a name later on. Of course, we'll talk all about that in Let's Talk Tropics later today at noon, right here on Acadiana Weather Today. We're going to top out around 90 with a lot of sunshine early on. Some clouds will mix in during the afternoon, but a very consistent forecast here going on through Thursday, with daily highs around 90 and nighttime temperatures dropping back into the lower 70s. And we'll see some chances for rain starting to increase here as we go into Friday and the upcoming weekend. Well, I hope you enjoy Acadiana Weather Today. If you do, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also turn on those notifications. And in between Acadiana Weather Today and Let's Talk Tropics at noon, you can always visit my social media pages both on Facebook and X. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. If I don't see you at noon for Let's Talk Tropics, I hope to see you on Wednesday. Have a great day.